Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the speed up tricks on HONOR Magic8 Pro. Okay, first we can enable the developer options, and thanks to that we'll be able to change some things. I'll show you how to do it. So to get access into developer options, first you need to open up your normal settings. Now scroll all the way down until you find About Phone. Now simply tap on that. Now scroll down a little bit until you find the build number. Now we need to tap on it a few times in a row. In my case, I also need to confirm by drawing my screen lock. And oh, actually, yeah, I have the private space, so I need to draw my second thing, a second password. And now we can see that we are now a developer. So thanks to that, we can go back. Now open up System and Updates and open up Developer Options. Okay, now let's scroll down to the downside and we can change 4 things that will speed up our phone a little bit. We have the first 3. We have animated duration scale, transition animation scale, and also the window animation scale. As you take a look, all 3 of them are currently set on 1x, but to improve the speed, we can completely turn off the animations. I'm not a big fan of it, so I always pick 0.5 for all 3 features. You just need to remember that you cannot go higher. I mean, you can, but I don't recommend it, because if you select something higher than 1x, it will only slow your device, so that's pointless. So I always pick 0.5, that's my favorite preset. Of course, if you don't want to change it, you don't have to. It's up to you, but that's the thing that I always do. Now let's scroll down a little bit more to the downside until we find the apps and the background process limit. We can change from standard into, for example, at most 3 or at most 4 processes. It's up to you. For this video, let me select maybe at most 4. Okay, that's basically all in developer options. We don't need to do anything more in here. We can go back and let's go into the app side and let's go straight into apps and let's click on manage apps. In here, we can, of course, uninstall the apps that we are not using to get some free storage space, because you need to be aware that if you have the apps that you are not using, they are only taking your storage space away, and that also might be the problem why your device is running slowly. Maybe you don't have enough storage space left, because when it's really stacked, you don't have enough storage space. That might be the problem why your device is running slowly. So in here you can uninstall the apps. Of course, you can also do it from the level of your home screen. To uninstall the app from the level of the home screen, simply hold on the icon and click on uninstall. That's the fastest way, or you can also do it through the settings just like I have shown you. But you need to be aware that some of those apps are the system apps, for example, the Android Web View, Android Auto, etc., etc. So only uninstall the apps that you have downloaded manually, or apps such as, I don't know, social media, Netflix, Spotify, other browsers. So if you uninstall those apps, nothing wrong will happen simply. So have that in mind. To uninstall the app from this level, simply select it and click on uninstall. Also, in certain apps, we have possibility to clear the cache. For example, in my case, it will be available for the Chrome, if I'm not wrong. To do it, open up the storage, and in here we can clear some cache, 60 megabytes as you take a look. Don't worry, clearing cache won't delete any of your personal data or anything. Cache is basically some junk files that are stacked in our browser, and clearing them is completely okay, and it's even recommended. You just need to remember that you cannot delete the data. If you click on manage storage, don't do it, because you will lose your data in Chrome app. You'll be signed out from everything, or all of your pages will be deleted, etc., etc. Simply clear the cache from time to time. So that's what you can do. Also, let's open up the system manager. In my case, it's the essentials folder. It has been created automatically. And sometimes you'll have possibility to click the optimize button. In my case, I have 100% in that circle, so it's impossible for me. But if you'll have that possibility, I highly recommend to click that button and optimize your phone. You can also perform a cleanup of the data right in here, for example, the junk files or duplicated files. It's really worth doing, so let's clean the junk files. Boom, 250 megabytes has been cleared. Now let's do the same thing with the duplicated files. So simply select it and click on delete. Boom. Okay, and here you can also delete some large files. In here you have recommendations, so you can do it. but it's always good to check what file you are deleting. And same thing with images, videos, and apps, right in here. When we go into battery, I'm wondering, do we have... Yeah, we have the performance mode. Sometimes it's really good to enable that mode. Now our phone will work faster, of course, but you need to be aware that in this mode, the battery consumption is higher and the temperature of the device may increase. So, for example, when the phone gets really hot, you should turn off that performance mode, because overheating your device is not the best thing, and we should avoid situations like that. But from time to time, if you're using your phone, for example, with this mode for an hour, nothing wrong will happen. Also, the performance mode is really cool for gaming. Okay, but for now, I'll stick to the balanced, but I just have shown you how you can find it simply. Also, during day-to-day use, there is a chance that you have a lot of apps open in the background if you click the square icon, or if you're using the gestures, you just need to slide to the upside. And having a lot of apps open in the background is also not the best thing, because those apps are taking our RAM away, and that may be a problem why your device is running slowly. So if you have a lot of apps open in the background, simply manually close them up to free up the space. A really easy step, really easy thing, but it also may help. You can also download some third-party cleaning apps from the Play Store if you are interested, but it's always good to simply read the reviews about the apps that you're planning to download. But in my personal opinion, the cleaner that is already provided by the system manager is pretty okay, but just like I'm saying, if you want some extra cleaning apps, you can download them from the Play Store. From time to time, it's also good to perform a reboot of our device, because basically during that process, our phone rests, just like us, just like people, when we get into the bed, we rest and we load up our batteries. Same thing with the phone, but of course the battery won't be loaded. I'm talking about the performance of our phone. So to perform a reboot, we need to launch the power menu, and we do it by clicking the power key and volume up, just like that, boom. And now all you need to do is to press on the restart, then tap again to confirm. Your device will be turned off, and after a few seconds it will be automatically turned on again and will be ready to use. Also, you need to remember that after the reboot, you may have to type your screen lock, or even type the PIN to your SIM card if you have a PIN set. So you need to remember about it. When it comes to rebooting of the device, I think that once a week is completely enough, so it's up to you. And also the last method, the last resort, is performing a factory reset of our device through the settings, but you need to be aware that factory reset will cause that all of your data will be erased from your device. So if you want to perform it, open up the settings, now scroll down, find System and Updates, select Reset, and we need to click on Reset Phone. It needs to load, now scroll to the downside, and if you click on Reset Phone, your device will be turned off. After a few seconds it will be turned on again, and the next thing that you have to do is to go through the setup process. But just like I'm saying, it's the last resort method if anything doesn't help. Alright, and that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.